I will explain about the law of one origin. I will explain that there is only one root. As an easy to understand example, there are company A's computer and company B's computer. I used a company A's computer until now, but in some circumstances, I switched to company B's computer. When switching to company B, it becomes a problem whether it can use the software so far. It cannot be used whether it is compatible or not. When there is no compatibility, the reason is that when company A makes a computer, they make it with their own purpose and design drawing. Also, company B, they make it with their own purpose and design drawing. As a result, there will be no compatibility or commonality between company A and company B. It can be said that the cause comes from a totally different point. Then it is troubling. So what should I do? Is that companies A and B can have compatibility if they can talk and have a meeting from the beginning based on one purpose and one design drawing. In other words, if the result to have somewhat commonality, it cannot be decided after the result comes out. You must produce result with a meeting in a state of cause, stage of concept, and stage of vision before the result. Then both of them will have common purpose and compatibility all go smoothly. It is the law of one origin that it can be judged, but that its roots must come out the same one thing. In other words, if there are two things, if there is a commonality, that commonality is not the result. Can you believe that this sound generator attached to me, an eardrum attached to you, all happened disorderly and happened by accident without meaning? We were born in a completely different environment, each with different parents, different places. And by chance, I am speaking to you like this, in this way. The fact that the same equipment is attached to everyone and that you and I have a common result is that the source is absolutely one thing. More wonderful. Anyway, there is the existence of a man. There is the existence of a woman. You get married. Also, human beings is born from here. On television shows us there are miracles and mysteries, an amazing thing in the world. Why do men and women get married and humans are born here? This is a miracle. Other than that, it is a small thing. The fact the man and woman get married and people are born means that precise calculations are made between this man and woman. In other words, when a man is born as a man, when a woman is born as a woman, its common root is absolutely one. If it were not so, it would be impossible. So I would like to ask women, There are men in the world when woman is born as a woman. There are men waiting for me to be born. Is there a woman who was born with confidence and belief? There is no one. It happens to be born. And when I grow up at a certain age and I see there is another kind of man. What kind? When I grow up at a good age, I feel strange feeling that I do not feel much in same sex. A child is born again after getting married. Where is the human beings who made such a thing? Humans are not doing both planning and calculating, but it is somehow happening. There are no woman who was born assuming a man, neither man who was born assuming a woman. But the fact that it is already so, it is said that the root of man and woman is one. So everyone now, there are about 7 billion people in humanity. All these 7 billion people were born from marriage. Since it is possible that more than one child will be born from a couple, do not say such things as those who died in a war, because it becomes complicated. As a normal way of thinking, there are cases where more than one branch comes out from the one couple. So the number decreases a little more before one generation. As we go back to our roots more and more, the number gradually increases. The first existence is a child was born. So we have to consequence a single man and a single woman. I want to ask you people, was their ancestor before 10 generations, or was not there? Definitely there was. Well, I would like to ask the people who say that. What kind of face were they? How tall? Do you know? You don't know very much, do you? You don't know very much about them, but why can you conclude that there were ancestors before 10 generations? Then the person answers, because I exist now. That is, the fact that I exist means the fact that my parents absolutely existed. It can be said that their parents were also before them. Then I do not know what kind of face it is, but all of it is connected, and it becomes one flow. That is, there is a tree and its branches and leaves can be not counted, but go to branches and go to that root. The ultimate will be one. Like that one tree, human beings should have their roots. There is man and woman exist. And going back to Father, that the universe was gaseous. There is a time where there was no life on earth. There was a time when there were no humans. If the people who are now are connected by a single line, and there is a departure point somewhere, the first man and woman with visible flesh know their name? How tall are they? How did they die? What did they eat? I cannot answer. Then, since it is a purpose before existence, the purpose for which man exists first. The purpose for which woman exists exist first, which was designed to be compatible with commonality, these two. There must be no physical body. Someone like that must exist absolutely. This is a universe mind from the previous explanation. That is, from it can be said that all of this universe must have started. It is an important law. There are things that cannot be counted in a universe anyway. But its roots have to depart from one only. Present in a company, the ultimate to put it all together must be one. This is the law of one origin.